Today I'm talking about my makeup routine. So I have very sensitive skin. I did have to be really careful about what makeup that I got to wear. But since finding this, I was recommended by a friend who was a beautician. It's by L'Oreal Paris. It's called the Infallible. You can get a variety of products in this range. It really, really does help to create a barrier between your skin and your makeup. So what that means is I can wear much more of a variety of makeup without having to worry about the reaction that I'm gonna get. As far as my actual foundation I use is this particular foundation. So I actually found this through a Facebook ad. I know, red flags, bear with me. I noticed that it was available on Wish for even cheaper. So I thought, you know what, it's not going to set me back too much to give it a go. I know a lot of the videos that you see of influencers and stuff reacting to these foundations, they put it on and they're like, oh, and then when you try them, they're just not like that. This one really, really is. I was surprised by the coverage for such a cheap foundation. Because of excess hair growth, as I've mentioned before, and reactions to waxing, I do need to make sure that my coverage is really strong. I'm also not a morning person, so I don't want to have to worry about covering half my face with a concealer as well. With this, I really don't have to do that. I do have a variation of shades in this foundation. Multiple reasons for that. One, some of them are quite pink, so I do need to balance that shade. And also, as I am going to Florida and I will get more tanned, it means that I've got darker shades to transition to. If you don't transition those shades, I've seen the results, not great. Unfortunately, that foundation does have a slight shine finish to it, so I do find myself having to use a setting powder, and that's fine. I don't bake. I can understand why people do as like a one-off, but for every day, you really don't need that much setting powder. I can also see why people don't use it. Not only do I find it helps with that shine, it also helps to create a nice finish. So I use a buffer brush to go with that nice big flat head, quite dense, and it just helps to smooth out those edges and those seams and make sure that all the colours, if I'm using multiple foundations, are nicely blended as well. For my finish, I use the Infallible setting spray. Um, Again, part of that same range, you can get a setting powder, but I prefer the Rimmel one. With this, as with most makeups, it's important that you build it up. There's no point in putting half a ton of it on at the end. You might as well sort of build that product up. It's easier to add more than it is to take some away. As I finish my makeup routine, I do like to do my eyebrows. I have a gap in one of my eyebrows, so it's important to infill. Also, when I have had my waxing done, I do go from quite bushy to really, really thin, so it just helps to smooth that transition as well. More tips and tricks to come on another video.